Hello everyone and welcome to Chucker TV. I'm James Fody coming at you live from Jan Pamela for another game in the World Polo League Founders Cup. Earlier this morning, Seminole Casino defeated Hawaii Polo Life 9-8 in a very close match that went to overtime. This afternoon, we have Great Oaks going up against Pampa Norte. So let's get right into it and take a look at the rosters. For Pampa Norte, we have Waqas Al-Sadiq, Pedro Falabella at 7 goals, Magula Prida at 8 goals, and Santiago Loza at 8 goals. For Great Oaks, Dylan Bacon at 2 goals, Torito Ruiz 7 goals, Clemente Zavaleta at 7 goals, and Nacho Novillo Estrada at 8 goals. Officials for today are Esteban Ferrari and Gaston Dorniak. Third man is Dale Schwetz, and the IRO is Federico Martelli. Looks like our teams are getting ready. They're lined up for the bowl in, so let's throw it to Steve Lane and Dale Schwetz for the play-by-play.
Welcome to Chucker TV. Thank you, James. And we are live here at Grand Champions Polo Club for our second game of the 2021 World Polo League Founders Cup. Looks like we got our teams lined up out there. Steve, so we'll get the teams lined up. Steve Lane, working with me today. Steve, welcome. And second game of the day.
Thank you much, Dale. And yeah, second game of the day, second game of the Founders Cup 2021 World Polo League's 26-goal season. And today we've got Pampa Norte, and they are in black and blue. Boy, that sounds like a bruise. I better just say black.
You got it. They'll be in the darker jerseys today.
So playing for Pampa Norte is Waqas Al-Sadiq at 0 goals, Pedro Falabella at 7 goals, and Mateus Torres Zavaleta at 8 goals. And playing back, Santiago Loza at 8 goals.
We get the teams to line up here for us. We'll line all the teams up as umpires having their final word there. Going up against Great Oaks today with Dylan Bacon, Clemente Zavaleta, Toro Ruiz, and Nacho Novillo Estrada. We're going to line the teams up. Don't forget all the teams to line up, please. And they're getting our final words from the Mount officials today. It's like Gaston Dorniak and Esteban Ferrari. Federico Martelli is our IRO today.
He is, yep. And Esteban Ferrari, they just brought him an umpire pony, so he is mounting up right now as we speak. And I think probably Pampa Norte wanting some questions on challenges maybe, and possibly the 2-point play since that's new.
You got it, as we do have the 2-point play in effect, and that's going to be Cat's 2-point challenge, where anytime a team has a penalty 5B from the center, if they can make a goal with no one touching it, Steve, it'll be worth 2 points.
2 points, can't come off a pony, can't come off a mallet or a player. Has to be directly off the mallet of the hitter, passing through the goal untouched.
So it looks like we got Esteban out there, so we're going to get the teams to line up, please, if all the teams can line up. And we are going to have a moment of silence today. Final talk with the teams. We'll get one on one side and say hello to Ferrari in the black stripes today. And Gaston Dorniak. So we'll get the Pampa Norte on one side, and we'll get the Great Oaks team on the other side. We'll line it up, guys. Oh, new teams here, as I said, getting them organized on a few little procedural plays that we've been using here in the World Polo League. And then we'll go ahead and get on with this. 1 goal difference here, as we have a 23-goal team with Pampa Norte. And they're going to be 23 goals against Great Oaks 24. So there you go, our final setup there. We'll get both teams to line up. And we are going to have a moment of silence. So I'll pass it over to you, Steve. I'll introduce the teams, and we'll get this first chucker underway.
Yes, we would like to have a moment of silence for the remembrance of Carlos Gracita and also Sonny Hale. It was 7 years ago yesterday that Carlos left us, and shortly thereafter, Sonny Hale did as well. So we would like to have a moment of silence for those two legendary people in our polo community. Thank you, everyone. And Dale, looks like the players are lined up. We see their pretty faces with their hats off. So who is who?
All right, we'll be playing the 2021 World Polo League Founders Cup in memory of Carlos and Sonny. So let our players get our helmets back on. And we're going to go with our new team, Pampa Norte, playing the number 1 today. Put your hands together for Wakas Al Sadiq. And right on out there. Wasa, give us a turn. Put your hands together in the white helmet. Good luck today. Welcome to the Grand Champions Polo Club in the World Polo League. Wasa, playing the number 2 today will be Pedro Falabella. Oh, no, he's playing in the back. So we're going to flip it around and put Santiago Loza. Welcome, Santiago. Good luck today on 8 goals, Santiago. And then we have playing the number 3, Matias Torres Zavaleta. Matias on 8 goals. Good luck today, Matias. Playing very strong. And then we have Pedro Falabella playing the back. Pedro, thank you for the little nod out there, my man. Good luck today. And there you go. There's your Pampa Norte team at 23 goals. In the light blue jerseys, Great Oaks. We've seen him play at 24. Oh, my man, I call him Charlie Hustle. Come on, Dylan Bacon. Where you at, man? In the black helmet. Number 2, keep an eye on Dylan. Good luck today, Dylan. Playing the number 2. Another one of my favorite players, Clemente Zavaleta, in the red maroon helmet on 7 goals. Good luck, Clemente. Playing the number 3, El Toro Torito Ruiz on 7. You can't miss him. Good luck, Toro, in the orange helmet. And then my man, I love him. He's a Hall of Famer. He's won the Triple Crown. He'll captain the team with the number 4 on your back. Put it in your hands together for Nacho Navija Estrada, former 10-goal player on 8 goals. They'll come in at 24 goals. This should be a very fast, open running field, looking perfect today. 1 goal difference going in favor of Pampa Norte. And we're going to call them the black jerseys today. They have the black and blue. And the Great Oaks team will be in the blue, the light blue. So they are going to check the handicaps here. Just before we get the ball bowled in, I want to thank our 2 mounted officials for getting that organized. We might have a difference in handicaps here. Well, we'll check that out right now as we're just doing our final checks here before I get our first ball in play. The format for the 2021 World Polo League, the Founders Cup, 8 teams entered, 2 brackets, bracket A and bracket B. The teams will play within their bracket, and the winners of each bracket will move on to the finals. This morning, we had, with Hawaii Polo Life and Seminole Casino Coconut Creek, and a very close game, actually went to OT, and Seminole Casino Coconut Creek pulling out the win. So congratulations to them. A lot of polo to be played. That was with Melissa Ganzi, Nick Rodan, Alejandro Villa Estrada, and Juan Martins Zubia. They played against Chris Dawson, Diego Cavanaugh, Proto Cambiaso, and Jejo Taranco. Casablanca and Santa Rita Polo Farm are also in bracket B. And in bracket A, we have Richard Mill and White Birch. So those are your 8 teams with the Great Oaks team and Pampa Norte. And it looks like they got them lined up here. So our first ball in play, getting to look for a clean lineup on our first bowl in. And away we go. Looks like they're going to get 3 goals on handicap. So that's going to keep things a little bit tighter here. And it's going to be picked up, and it's going to be, looks like Zavaleta. Yeah, it's going to be Matias Torres Zavaleta to push that one downfield, and picked up there and taken out by Pedro Falabella as he tries to take that one across the road. As Falabella is going to be wearing the 4 today, Steve. They mixed it up. Santiago's going to be wearing the 2. Loza. As I went on the thing, I want to thank those guys for giving me, they changed it up on us a little bit. Sometimes that happens. First ball goes out of play, and we have our first knock-in of the day. And it's going to be Estrada, and he's going to find Ruiz by himself of Toro. Clemente Zavaleta is going to work on Zavaleta, actually. And that's going to be Matias Torres Zavaleta. On the ball right here, Dylan Bacon trying to get out front. Nice little play by Dylan. Moves it forward. Players come together. Torres Zavaleta with the back shot is stolen away by Ruiz. Torito finds Estrada. Nacho's going to slam on the brake. Control right here. They need to give him one play as Santiago bounces out of the way. Falabella comes in, held by Clemente. Shout out to the Zavaleta family. Clemente Zavaleta, Julio, Agucho, and Henry. My crew, I love the Zavaletas. Off the left side, so both teams now getting breakaways, Steve, but both of them wide.
Both of them shooting on goal, but yeah, they'll find that sweet spot between the goalposts before long. So down from one end to Pampa Norte shooting at the east end, and then Great Oaks shooting at the west end.
On the knock-in, it's going to be Pedro Falabella with the outlet pass, and he's going to find Torres. We might mix them up a little bit at first. We do apologize as they look so similar, the Pampa Norte team, a new team, but we'll get them down by the end of this first half. Oh, well done by Falabella. Going to pick this one up, and now Pedro on the move, wearing the number 4 in the light gray helmet. As you can see, they all have gray helmets on today, except for Wakaz in the white helmet. And nice to see Wakaz. Al-Sadiq playing. Nice man, Steve. He came up and said hello to us. And a big shout out to his family.
And we're glad to have a new team here playing in the World Polo League as well.
Yes, sir. Always good. 26-goal polo at its finest. And this is our second tournament of the 2021 season. And we're going to have our third knock-in here, the first chucker, the 3 goals on handicap. So that's where the difference is at the moment. Picked up now and taken by Torito. And a little bit different here. You see they're changing up. Matias Torres Zavaleta wearing the 3, but coming in back and kind of setting up on the hitter. Ooh, that one hits off Wakaz. Al-Sadiq, and he gets turned around here, and it's going to be picked up by Santiago. Loza, nice little play here by Santiago. The new player here for the World Polo League. Back shot coming, and I like the way Great Oaks is moving the ball early. Now, this team played a lot of polo as they played in the All-Star Challenge, and they also played in the $100,000 World Cup. So they've had a number of games under their belt. They should be dialed in. Picked up by Estrada. Nacho underneath, bounces off a pony. Toro will slow down and control. Torito, look for the rotation by Clemente. They'll leave it. Now Clemente hitting it between the horse's legs there, and that one's going to go off and another knock-in. So 2 knock-ins this chucker for Great Oaks and the second knock-in for Pampa Norte.
Yeah, no, good teamwork by them and a very patient shot right there by Torito and Nacho. So just a matter of time before we're going to see who draws first blood here. And that 3-goal handicap still on the board. We're halfway through the chucker, and right now we will have our first courtesy horse change here in the second game of the 26-goal World Polo League Founders Cup. And we did have some change in handicaps right here. Santiago Loza is 6 goals. Matias Torres Zavaleta is 7, and Pedro Falabella is 8. I do believe that's the message that I got from the umpires on the field. So a quick horse change, trying to keep that 45 seconds or less. This horse change is not for the players. It is for the ponies, solely for the ponies. So as far as drinking water and talking with your coach and all that kind of business, not allowed. Just off the field on a pony, back on the field.
Yeah, so they had Magoo Laprida was playing, and that's where Matias Torres Zavaleta comes in. That's 7 goals. Magoo was on the 8. And like I said, we got Loza set up there on 6 goals. So 3-goal handicap. And, well, this type of polo, if you can capitalize on that early, Steve, you always try to see those teams come out and score 1 or 2 goals and get a quick 5-goal lead. And that's that can be tough. But we've seen this Great Oaks team come back in the $100,000 World Cup. If you remember playing against a 16-goal team, they gave 8 goals up on handicap and 1 in overtime. So this team knows how to grind it out, as you could say. And those are the type of games that give you, get you in a spot where you can get to the finals of these tournaments.
They didn't quit. That handicap was 8 goals starting out. Then it went to 9. Then it went to 10. Then it was back to 8. And going into, I believe it was 6 chuckers down to 3.
Yeah, and it went right down to the end. If you saw that game, and if you haven't seen, go back to Chucker TV and check it out. It was a semifinal in the $100,000 World Cup by Audi. And that Beverly team did a great job at 16 goals. They just got edged out the end. All right, knock-in coming. We're back to the action. 3:24 on the clock. And it's going to be picked up here now by Zavaleta. He's going to drop that ball to Falabella. And that ball down the field. Look at, oh, Matias on the move. Nice little pickup here by Torres Zavaleta. He's going to lay that ball just inside the 60 all by himself. Matias switches to the near side back shot tail and just misses it by the post. And that ball rolled just wide. We're going to get our third knock-in this chucker for Great Oaks.
Yeah, what a nice play by Zavaleta right there. Wow, what a tough near side tail shot right there. Missing the right-hand goalpost just by inches. So, Great Oaks, once again, bring the ball in. We've got a little piece of debris. Somebody lost a stirrup leather out there, it looks like. So, we will get that fixed and get that player remounted. And sometimes those are tough to put back on, so it's quicker and easier to change horses.
So, I guess Falabella is on 8 and on 6, and Loza is on 8 from what I got here from Grant Gansey. So, Grant, that keeps a handicap the same, and that should keep us right on track, right, Steve?
6, 7, and 8. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what.
And
So
Wakas?
Zavaleta is 7. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And what do we have Wakas on? We have him on
0.
All right, on an A rated. Okay, so we got that worked out, and we have our tournament committee here. Thank you, Grant. As always, one of the tournament committees, they're working it out, and we always like a little help from the tournament committee with our new players here at the World Polo League. It's nice to see that on the knock-in, stolen away here by Matias Torres Zavaleta, and this kid has been everywhere in the first chucker. He'll slow it down. Clemente gets in there, and it's going to be turned around by Santiago, and Loza will take it forward on 8 goals, Loza. Santiago, Clemente comes in there. Let us still play the inside. Look at Santiago still controlling it. They line out here. Zavaleta now with Falabella in the rumble seat, and they're all going to go forward once again. Now the rotation. Matias Torres Zavaleta works it inside the 60, going towards the goal. Little flip shot and the high flag. And look at Steve. They're going to get the first one of the day, and that's going to make it 4-0.
Yes, he narrowly squeaking through players right there, avoiding the hook, and able to keep that ball under control and send it right on through. Now that 3-goal handicap just increased by 25%, so 4-0 in favor of Pampa Polo.
Yeah, that's what you're looking to do here early. If you're going to receive the handicap, you might as well capitalize on it early. They'll switch directions for any of our new viewers. That's a procedure we use in the game of polo for the same sun, wind, field advantage after every goal. Toro's going to win the bowl-in. A little short, but well read by, oh man, look at this. Oh, they get up there, a little bit of misplay there by Santiago, and it's going to be Nacho. Navija Estrada, Nacho, good play here in between two players. Look at Nacho, takes the hook. Oh, look at this play by the number 4, Nacho, working so hard, and that was a superior play by Nacho. He just kept on going. You couldn't stop him.
Couldn't stop him. That's kind of the play we just saw by Zavaleta down there scoring a goal. What great stick work, keeping the ball alive going forward, and sooner or later the whistle had to come, and it surely did.
So they dropped that ball in there for the open goal penalty too. And if you, as we were talking about that $100,000 World Cup semifinal, Zavaleta, he made 10 open goals, so you do not want to foul against his Great Oaks team, as Clemente Zavaleta on 7 goals is fabulous from the penalty line.
Yeah, penalty 2 right there in favor of Great Oaks. So now back to that 3-goal handicap, score 4-1. Here, will we get this bowling in? And Ferrari wants a clean lineup, and I believe the horn is going to go, so that's going to end chucker number 1 right here with a score of 4-1. Both teams scoring here in the first chucker. Zavaleta scoring from the field, and Clemente Zavaleta for Great Oaks scoring on that penalty 2.
Yeah, that is. So we'll start our second chucker with a bullet right from the center where the umpire was still in the ball. A ball was still in the umpire's hand. We'll send them off for some new ponies. And you're watching the 2021 World Polo League, the Founders Cup here on Chucker TV. Oh, welcome back, everybody. Our second Chucker play. Great Oaks in the light blue jersey. Dylan Bacon, Clemente Zavaleta, Torito Ruiz, and Nacho Naviz Estrada. Pampa Norte with Waqas Al-Sadiq, Santiago Loza, Matias Torres Zavaleta, and Pedro Falabella. Steve Lane in the house. What's up, Steve?
Oh, man, we're just getting ready. 5 more Chuckers to go today, and looking forward to it. So it looks like Esteban Ferrari's going to give this ball back to the players when he sees a clean lineup, underhand and on the ground, and the ball's back in play. Waqas gets a little piece of it. However, players are milling around. Zavaleta sends it up to Torito Ruiz. Torito on the far side trying to outrun Pedro Falabella. Torito sends that ball back and over the end, back line and wide to the right. So Great Oaks taking their opportunities of scoring at the west end of the field. This field does run east and west, not north and south. So Pampa Polo in the dark jerseys will once again bring that ball in off the back line. Here is Falabella. Falabella going to send one over, trying to find Zavaleta. Torres Zavaleta, that is. Ridden off by Torito Ruiz, however. Matias Torres Zavaleta still controlling the ball. He's going to send downfield. Not able to reach. Can he reach that ball? Yes, he can, but he danced over the top of it just a little bit. So Torito not swinging into a horse, and Santiago Loza on that gray pony. And we will have a penalty, 5A from the spot in favor of Great Oaks. Esteban Ferrari right on top of the play. Doing services with Gaston Dorniak. 2 of the world-class umpires at the Grand Champions Polo Club is brought in this year. Nacho Estrada conferring with Torito and Clemente Zavaleta. Dylan Bacon there as well. Dylan, a 2-goal player. Playing quite handy, having a good season. And Nacho going to circle his pony. Giving some instructions to Torito at the last second. Torito's going to break downfield. Nacho dribbles to the right. Going to try and get around. And he hits a high lofty shot down the field to the right. Torito Ruiz jumps on the line to the right away. He's going to shoot, but it's deflected off of a pony. And goal. It is through the goal. He hits through the pony, underneath the pony's legs, was keeping it right on the ground. And now Torito, his first goal of the day. Great Oaks' first goal from the field, not off the penalty line.
So 4-2 here. Remember, 3-goal handicap given to the Pampa Norte team as a 21-goal team against a 24-goal team on the bowling. It's going to be Toro, and he's got Clemente.
Here's Clemente Zavaleta going out front. Clemente with a shot on goal. It's rolling, rolling, rolling. Hits the post and off the field. Wow, that's a missed opportunity right there.
Oh, bad luck. What a great attack here, though, for Great Oaks. That's what you want, right at the back of the bowl in, playing very, very fast. And that's a great rotation, too. But it's going to be another ball wide on the knock-in, and I believe that's going to be Pedro.
Here, Falabella over to Matias Torres Zavaleta is going to break downfield. However, here comes Falabella one more time. Dylan Bacon with a nice near side play, hooked on the back shot, but swings through it right to Torito. Torito checks down, moves the ball. Now, Falabella has to give way. Both players vying for the ball. Nacho, he's in there as well. Told to use it by the umpires. Hit away or run with it. So here's Nacho trying to work the ball towards goal. What a nice little flip shot back to Clemente Zavaleta. However, Clemente ridden off by Falabella and up to Matias Torres Zavaleta, and he's on the move. Look at Dylan Bacon breaking down the field. There's 2 dark jerseys, a little bit of a shot. Can Dylan Bacon get over to it? Not quite. He didn't want to foul on that play. Matias Torres Zavaleta still on the ball, working that ball. He's got Waqas out in the center, and he takes a shot on goal. Those players are flying down through there, but it's over the back line to the right. So Pampas Norte attacking as well.
A lot of action on both sides of the field here, back and forth, Steve. Not a lot of goals being scored, but clean play. We've only had the 1 possession play on the 5, and they'll line back up for a knock-in, and it's going to be Estrada to do the honors.
Here's Nacho. He tries to get by. Those are 2 Torito Ruiz down to Dylan Bacon. Dylan Bacon on the move. He's trying to outrun Wakas. Dylan Bacon with a shot over towards center. Can Wakas get to it? Attempted back shot. Whistle doesn't come. Looking for it. Deflection right there. And Clemente Zavaleta sending it back up to Torito. We just saw the opposite here a little while ago. Zavaleta sent it to Torito. Torito sent it on through, and that's the opposite of Torito sending it up to Clemente. So it looks like Dale will have our courtesy horse change right here for this period.
What a gorgeous play there by Torito Ruiz to lean back as far as he did. Now, no one was coming down the right of way, but just to lean back and grab that ball, have the ball move forward, and then take it out of the air. And I love how he just stays with his shoulders down, Steve, and just doesn't matter. The next bouncing ball fires it to the far post. He's a goal-scoring machine, this kid. Fun to watch in the orange helmet. We've watched him go from 2 to 7 goals in the last 3 years. A spectacular player.
Yes, he is. Yep, and part of the famous Zavaleta polo playing family as well.
Now, that was Toro Ruiz, yeah, with Clemente. And then Matias Torres Zavaleta, another family. Actually, they're not related. Clemente and Matias playing on 2 different teams here. Do you remember Matias Torres Zavaleta when he was 2 goals and he was playing with Memo Gracita?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, he's come along too at 7 goals. Very strong player.
He's climbed the ladder. The ball's back in play. Dylan Bacon with a back shot right over to Nacho Estrada. Estrada up to Torito. Torito going to bring it over here to the boards. Check down and try and turn that ball back towards the center. Playing cat and mouse. Here comes Nacho. Ruiz drops it off for Nacho. Nacho has a little room to work right here on this gray pony. He sends a shot towards goal. Is it going to stay on the field? Here comes Dylan Bacon with a near side shot, then an offside shot right through the goal. However, there was a whistle on the play. So we'll see what our umpires decide right here on this play. Gaston Dorniak, they're right on top of things. Coming back to confer with Ferrari, and it looks like they're coming back towards the center, so I believe that goal is going to count. Services of Dylan Bacon.
What a pretty ball by Nacho Naviza Estrada. That's what I'm talking about on the gray pony. He'll command the team from the number 4 position, and they love to line it out with Dylan in front, and Dylan doing his job in the front, finishing it off there, picking up his first goal today, and that's the equalizer, 4-4.
All right. Bella gets a little piece of it. However, so does Nacho. Nacho wins that bowl in out to the far side. He's got players downfield, and he sends one over to the far side of the field. And look out there, Clemente. Don't push a player across. And here is Santiago Loza. Loza working both sides of his pony over there, and a whistle up there. And, boy, we've got a gaggle of players right over there on the boards. Dale, so we'll see who this call is in favor of. Looks like Esteban Ferrari's going to throw one down there at the 60.
I always scratch my head when I see a gaggle of players, Steve.
Yeah, I usually see a gaggle of geese, but in this time, gaggle of players.
And that's what it looked like over there. Mallets in the air, like the wings of the geese flying through the air. And game of inches, as we were talking about, and I love that about this Higo Polo. As we saw that play with Matias kind of pushing Clemente over, but they had just enough space in there, Steve, till we didn't hear a whistle. But that's what I love about the Higo. It's a game of inches. Steve and I talk about it a lot. We'll break the plays down on the distance because it's such a huge part of the game. 60-yard shot. I talked about Clemente, very strong from the penalty line. He'll do the honors here for Great Oaks.
A worm burner hit on that penalty 4, but just off to the left by Zavaleta. So Pampa Polo taking another knock-in on the east end. A little bit of a breeze here, Dale. I'm not sure. I think it's going from our right to our left. Not much one that I would consider being a big factor in today. However, Falabala sends it over to Mateus Torres Zavaleta. And we've got to say first name, so
Yeah, don't mix them up now.
we've got 2 Zavaletas on the field.
We'll call Matias and Clemente today.
There you go. Up to Torito. That's an easy one to figure. However, here comes Torito right on through for a back shot. He does get a little back shot off. However, here comes Loza. Loza turns the ball to the right on that light bay pony right here. Loza checks down. Got Felabella behind. Has Mateus Torres Zavaleta up front. However, Torito picks up the loose ball, taking it over to the far boards in the corner. He's able to come out with it. He's just got one step ahead of any black jerseys behind. Torito sends it up to Bacon. Bacon, what a nice reach back play. He's out front. Bacon on a breakaway. Can he keep it going? Oh, bad luck right there on a bouncing ball. Just topped it just a little bit. And here is Loza. Loza going to hit a shot downfield. And here comes Felabella. Mateus Torres Zavaleta on the far side. Now there's Mateus Torres Zavaleta. He's got the fleece on the breast collar right there. He's got to check down and let that ball catch up to him. Dylan Bacon come in there to put pressure on him, forcing Zavaleta to bring back towards the field. And Clemente breaks it up, sends it over the board. So a change of possession play right here in favor of Pampa Polo. There's our first horn. So that's going to end Chucker number 2 with a score of 4-4. Tied up. That 3-goal handicap has evaporated. So stay with us for the third period of play when we come back live on Chucker TV.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Third Chucker action, 4-4. We started off with a 3-goal handicap, and then 1 goal by Clemente Zavaleta, 4 Great Oaks, and 1 by Mateus Torres Zavaleta made it 4-1. And then 3 goals by Great Oaks, 1 by Dylan Bacon, 2 by Torito Ruiz, and unanswered goals to make it 4-4. And on the far side, it looks like it's going to be Zavaleta, and looking for a dark jersey, but stolen away by Torito Ruiz. Now they all come together. And Matias working it in there, gets hooked, take it inside. Now they come together. It looks like it's going to be Pedro Falabella, and then a whistle on the play to stop the action with 7:10 on the clock.
Yeah, just a little bit of an uneven write-off right there that turned into blocking. So both umpires agree on that call, and probably a spot hit in favor of Great Oaks in the light blue jerseys.
It looked like Pedro got a little sideways there.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, and then just ended up in front, a little bit crossways, kind of like taking up both lanes on the highway.
No one ain't moving anywhere, nobody downfield, so good ball positioning here, ball placement on the spot hit, and it will be Nacho Luis Estrada, and he's got Torito Ruiz, and this has worked early for the Great Oaks team. Toro escaping from Zavaleta. Down the center they go, on the give and go. Nacho on the move. Nice hook in there by Loza, picked up here. Whoo! They come together as Falabella came in there and left it now for Matias towards Zavaleta. And he's going to crush one over here right in front of us as it's going to be Loza to run into your screen. Santiago. He'll slow the pace. And the dark jerseys going to a little bit of a control game. And, whistle on the play. And it looks like Clemente might get caught from riding in behind, Steve.
Yep, exactly right. Too much speed on that ride-off, just riding underneath the shot over the top of the ball. So this looks like it's going to be a penalty 4 in favor of Pampa Polo. Right here, foul against Great Oaks. So a 60-yard defended shot coming up in favor, giving them the opportunity to break this tie if they're successful to 5-4.
So about 12 yards, 15 yards off the center. So a nice move here to the 60. And we always talk about that, Steve. You know, it's a tough area to foul. You don't want to foul 20 yards from the center on either side because usually you're going to lose that play and it's going to have to get moved down to a 60 because the center hit just doesn't seem to help.
Well, yeah, and, there's a lot of factors that go into that ball placement decision, too, and, of course, number one, danger. Location and where it took place on the field, location of the players on the field, and then, of course, the frequency is the fourth one. How many times did that team or that player make the same foul?
All right, so it looks like our first 60-yard shot today, and it's going to be Santiago Loza. Loza gets a hold of this one, but just off to the right side. So a nice attempt there by the Pampa Norte team. And the low flag, and that'll keep it at 4-4, and Nacho will regroup. And I love how the Great Oaks team, they always gather. They gather down there at the end line. Nacho calls the play, and look at this. They're going to change it up. And we saw Torito come towards us on the first knock-in. Now the second knock-in, they change it up, and working so well as Clemente takes the man out. Dylan downfield, rotation by Estrada, and now it'll be Nacho. Nacho trying to get by Falabella over on the far side. They come together, loose ball play. It's going to be Nacho and Estrada now. Again, picked up by Pedro. Back to the inside. Held in there, and a little bit of a pump fake by Loza. Looking for Matias towards Zavaleta out of the air. Moving forward. Matias now. He'll get in there with, look at that little play. Gets through two players. Now he gets it taken away. Melee plays about the 60-yard line. Loose ball, and it's going to be picked up and taken around. No, jumped on by Clemente. Zavaleta now, Clemente out of the air. They come together once again, and it's going to be Wacaz to get in there. He makes a little move that gets him moving forward. Backed up there by Estrada, turned out by Falabella. And now, man, it's one of those games where they are grinding it out. You could throw in a blanket over 8 players right there in front of the 60-yard line. Again, the loose ball. Nacho drops it for Clemente, and that is good communication by the Great Oaks team.
Great Oaks riding out that turning foul right there, so I believe we will have at least a center hit. I'm hoping center hit on this. I don't think that deserves a penalty 4. So we'll see where the umpires put the ball. I don't want to second-guess them or encourage their ball placement or discourage it either, for that matter.
Yeah, they're way back down there. They're above with the 60-yard line or something, just outside the 60.
Yeah, so I think center is good.
Yeah, possession player is huge. And so they'll drop this ball at the center. I love that little play where Nacho, he knew he had Clemente behind him, so it looked like kind of dropped it there. And when he did that, the Pampa Norte team made that little turn, and Clemente is just looking right at it. So great communication, and they'll get control here with 4:53 on the clock.
Now, notice how Gaston Dorniak is sitting there watching these players tee up the ball. And since we have the Cats 2-point challenge, it's very important that they don't put the ball in front of the line. Because if they do, it's going to count as one.
You got it. So if this ball goes in on one shot, it will be worth 2 points. Estrada's going to go for it. Nice lofted shot. That ball's going to drop right around the 60. Toro out of the air. Torito, nice ride off by Matias. They take it inside. Pedro is going to deal with Dylan, and Malice in the air and a whistle on the play.
So we'll see what they call right here, but it looks like it's going to be in favor of Pampa Polo. Not sure we had a couple of players between us and the play, so we'll let the umpires sort that out. We've got one player changing horses right there. They should call play because there's only one courtesy change per period unless there was an injured player or tack adjustment, but he's jumping back on another pony right there. So here we go. Umpires call play. They're not going to wait on him, which they shouldn't because the courtesy horse change has not happened yet.
Falabella on the far side. Hits one down looking for Loza. One-timer. No, yeah, look at this. The Pampa Norte team opening up. Wacas gets a piece of it, moves it forward. It bounces off the pony, turned upfield, and controlled by Nacho. Nacho's going to survey the field here. Dylan Bacon going forward. Ooh, yeah, that put Nacho up on the handlebars there. So they're going to go ahead and whistle this one up, and they'll move. They're marching towards the east, as this field does run east and west.
It's those kind of plays right there that'll make a player pull a jockey muscle right there, a ride muscle. And when you clamp down and tighten up.
Too far in front?
Yeah, too far in front, too much of an angle, and just not a clean shoulder-to-shoulder ride-off right there on that play.
Nacho, you're going to make sure he's okay, as he did get up on the handlebars there. Nacho's going to go over and maybe switch his pony. They're about 412, so not using the courtesy change yet. And you called it, Steve. Looks like they might take it in a little closer here for a penalty 3.
Yep, good ball placement there on this play.
Yeah, I like that. He got a little bit of a dangerous ride, a little bump there on the ride off. Too far in front, gets a man up on the handlebars.
Yep, and you know what? He was the first player down the field too.
Yeah, no, well done. Great ball placement by the mound officials.
You know what our friend Tom Hughes say? Extend that play on out. Where would that player have been had he not been fouled?
I agree. And then you love Dylan Bacon again, rolling forward. That helps the umpires move that ball a little bit more, gives them another opportunity. And Dylan, I call him Charlie Hustle because that's what he does. He hustles all around the field. You don't have to worry about him not trying.
That's for sure.
I told him, he said he had a few fouls the other day. I said, man, if you ain't fouling, you ain't trying, Dylan. Don't worry about it, dude.
That's right.
All right, open goal. It's going to be Clemente Zavaleta. Clemente, he's stellar from the penalty line. As, well, since his last game that we saw, Steve, he's got about 15 in a row, I guess, now.
Yeah, I don't think he had to practice penalty shots with as many as he had last game.
Yeah, good call. No, he's solid. He's solid, and he made a ton of them during the most pressure times. So he does not get flustered at all. Ice in his veins. The bloodline of the Zavaleta family. Down on the bowling here, and Ferrari's going to get out of there quickly. Well done by Esteban as he rides out. Now Clemente coming from the back, wearing the 2, but just taking his time. And another bowl-in one here by Great Oaks. Clemente will control and wait for Nacho to get in the rumble seat. Oh, here you go. Picked up here now by, looks like it's going to be Santiago Loza on the breakaway. He leaves it for Falabella. Oh, pretty little pass here for Loza. That's perfectly placed by Falabella. So well done, Pedro. Santiago with the finish and a great give and go there to tie it back up 5-5.
Yeah, nice run by the Pampa Polo team right there. And actually, I was kind of watching Esteban Ferrari right there on that pony. That pony didn't like the pack going by him very quickly like that. So glad Esteban has only got about a little under 3 minutes to stay on that pony.
Yes, sir. Very strong rider, Esteban Ferrari, so he'll be all right there. But I like that little give and go. And more importantly, Steve, they had not scored a goal since the first chucker, the Pampa Norte team. So that will give the energy boost for the dark jerseys. Out the backside, and this has been well read by Torito Ruiz. This is the 3rd time that he's taken it out of the back of the lineup. Now he takes it back to the inside, but great positioning by Falabella. Pedro, he surveys the field, and look at this, crisp little back shot to the backside. Clemente gets there quickly, though. Now it gets to the inside and taken out by Torres Zavaleta. Oh, Torito picking everybody's pocket, and the high flag is so quick with the stick.
I thought Pampa was going to get that ball out of there, but Torito breaking up the play, stealing the ball and putting it on through to go ahead by 1 goal, 6-5.
Torito Ruiz and Nacho Navides started playing at the Aspen Valley Polo Club this summer. Torito playing his first year at snow polo. And he was awesome on the snow. He's got such a quick stick and such a light swing, and you need to play that way on the snow. Uh-oh, this is going to be a mental error here as everybody gets stuck in the bowl end, and Loza says, thank you, guys, and this guy can run the goal. Man, I am enjoying watching Santiago Loza. He'll get his second goal of the day, and that is great field awareness as he just busts it out of there quickly as we click down under 120.
So both teams swapping goals here back-to-back at the east end of the field. So we're tied back up once again, 6 apiece. And, of course, remember Pampa Polo starting out with a 3-goal handicap. But Great Oaks having something to say about that rather quickly. So all 8 players back. Torito's going to hang out. He did that before, and he came out with a ball to score. Ball's back in play.
On the bowling as they come together. It's going to be looks like Pedro. Valabelli leaves it now for Matias. That one bounces off the pony, and the 2 Zavaletas go at it. It pops back to Matias Torres. He's going to go ahead and just wait, take his time, very calm, very cool, collective. Now moves it down, and Nacho gets a piece of it, and he just leaned out there perfectly enough before Matias could get a line shot at goal inside the 60. Dylan is there. He leaves it for, Estrada. It bounces off the pony, and look at this. They're going to go ahead and pick one up here, and it looks like Pedro Falabella is going to get the score. And more importantly, Steve, that's going to end our first half and put them up by 1 goal, 7-6.
Stay with us on Chucker TV here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. We've got another 3 periods to play. Score is 7-6. It's a tight game. Glad to see Pampas Polo, the new team here in the 2021 World Polo League Founders Cup, live on Chucker TV.
Welcome back, everybody, to our second half action here, the 2021 World Polo League, the Founders Cup, our second tournament. Steve Lane, Dale Schwetz calling the game today. And Great Oaks, if you just joined us for our second half, Dylan Bacon, he has 1 goal in the day, 2 goals, playing number 1. Clemente Zavaleta has 7 goals. He has 2 goals from the penalty line. Playing number 3, Torito Ruiz on 7 goals, 3 goals from the field. And that's how they get their 6 goals. And then Nacho Novizo Estrada, he's the 8-goal player, playing number 4, captaining the team. They're in the light blue jersey. Pampa Norte, 23-goal team, Waqas Al Sadiq, and he's playing the number 1. And we'd like to welcome Waqas to the Grand Champions Polo Club and the World Polo League. Playing the number 2, Santiago Loza. He's 8 goals. He has 2 goals on the day. Matias Torres Zavaleta, 7 goals, 1 goal. And Pedro Falabella, he has 1 goal. They had 3 goals on handicap to start out, being a 21-goal team, and they scored 4 goals, so that makes it 7-6. And we're in our second half action, Steve, and away we go.
Loza hitting a back shot over to Matias Torres Zavaleta. Now it's going to be Falabella. He doesn't have a play. Yes, he does, according to the umpires, and we're going to have a whistle right there on Nacho Estrada. Apparently that ball changed and was headed towards the west end of the field. Esteban Ferrari right there on top of the play. So it looks like we will have a penalty 5A in favor of Pampa Norte. And it looks like we've got Clemente needs a little tack adjustment here. Going to canter off the field. So the players were ready. Gaston Dorniak says, blows the whistle, holds up his hand, says, hold on there, guys.
They broke a stirrup leather?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Stirrup leather, the leather that holds your stirrup on if you're new to the game of polo.
Yep. Everybody else has 2, so he might as well have 2.
Yeah. I see a lot of these players, though, they're such great riders, and they don't need them that much. They can ride around without them, but better safety always first, so they'll make sure. That takes out 6:53 here in our Fort Chucker. Beautiful day in southern Florida. We have clouds in the sky going in and out. We have a nice breeze blowing from east to west. This field does run east to west, so you get a bit of an advantage running towards the west goal. And the sun will set in the west. It's been a beautiful day here our last couple games. 8 teams, Steve, 2 brackets. Bracket A, Bracket B. You got to play within your bracket. Winners go to the finals.
Top 2 teams, 1 out of each bracket, go to the finals. Finals scheduled for Sunday, March 14th. So that's a little bit of ways away, but we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more games to go until then. So,
and if you need to catch up, Steve, as always, you can go back to the Chucker TV app. Make sure you get the Chucker TV app if you don't have it already. And look on the penalty 5. It's going to be picked up here by Zavaleta.
Zavaleta sending one down to Santiago Loza. He's being ridden by Nacho Novizo Estrada. he breaks up the play, and Clemente Zavaleta is going to be the next in line. Clemente with a little back shot to Toro. This looks like trouble. Toro unable to get that back shot off, and Mateus Torres Zavaleta sends it right on through behind Torito.
So a quick goal here early in the Fort Chucker to grab back that 2-goal lead. And back to the center we go. Our international rules tournament condition. They'll bowl in from the far side here for our second half, as they did start off right here in front of us, and line them up on Gaston Dorniak as they'll switch directions. And let's see if the Pampa Norte team can capitalize one more time, try to get that 3-goal handicap back.
Nacho Novicio Estrada on the far side. Takes a swing at it, but it's into a pony. Now Torito's going to go back and retrieve that ball. Torito with an open back shot back over to Estrada. Estrada traps that ball, now turns it down along the near side on the boards. Here is Estrada. Estrada still in ball control. He hits it a little off to the right just a little bit, and that looks like Falabella on the ball right here. And here he's backed up by Mateus Zavaleta. Clemente Zavaleta is going to mark him. They come together on the right off on the far side of the boards, and Mateus Zavaleta drops it off to Pedro Falabella. Now, once again, Mateus Zavaleta comes up with it. Mateus looks downfield. He's going to hit one downfield, and he hits a line drive right on down the field to Santiago Loza. But that ball is wide to the right over the back line for a knock-in by Great Oaks.
Keeping the pressure on, and that's what you want to do against this Great Oaks team. They will keep the pressure on you all day long. They'll gather for a polo huddle down on the far side. Estrada will do the honors once again. What play will they use this time? And it looks like they're going to go back to sending Torito right here to the left side on the knock-in.
Torito with a drive downfield, trying to outrun. Now has to work the near side. Can't quite get a hold of it, but Clemente Zavaleta there to pick the ball up on the near side over towards center of the field. He's going to hit it back down to Torito. Torito's got to jump on Mateus Torres Zavaleta, so he's driving towards goal. Can he keep it? Just wide. What a tough break for Great Oaks, and a lucky break for Pampa Norte.
Yeah, power polo being executed here by Great Oaks. I love that little pony of Torito's. Very low-headed horse. I love the ones that run like that, Steve. And I love when they pin their ears back. It looks like he's just running through the wind there. And that's just bad luck for Torito. He's so good with the polo ball, but it does happen sometimes. So they'll regain possession. It's going to be Pedro.
Falabella brings the ball in off the back line. Falabella still working here. Dylan Bacon staying back with him, and he hits a shot downfield. And Clemente Zavaleta, but Nacho Estrada there with an offside back shot. Torito turns on the ball, grabs the line, and it looks like, is that Falabella comes across. So we're going to have now this ball placement here. And here's another scenario right there. When you take the location of the players on the field, there was nobody
right,
between.
About 80-yard line there they were at?
Well, yeah,
What are you
but
thinking?
nobody between Torito, who got fouled, and the goal. So.
Yeah, and he did have a jump on the defending player, so you
Yes.
take that in consideration. Dylan doing a great job making sure he gets across so that Torito could actually get the right-of-way for Pedro Falabella.
Yep, so it looks like a penalty, too, here in favor of Great Oaks. Clemente Zavaleta teeing up the ball. Gaston Dorniak coming out. And not sure if we'll have a challenge here or not, but
I don't think we didn't have any challenges in the first half, right?
None, no. Sure. I didn't really see anything to challenge, to be honest with you. I can't remember one that.
We got a courtesy change. Yep, 3:32.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tracy.
Courtesy change. So, no, didn't see anything to challenge there in the first half. So we'll wait while the players, and it looks like they're ready. We'll wait for the umpire to call play. Here comes Nacho. Dylan's going to stay off the field. He's 30 yards from the post. We've seen him do that before, which is legal. So he'll just wait. And here is Clemente Zavaleta. Clemente, once again, sends it on through.
Man, he hit that one good, huh? That was a liner straight. That ball went 100 yards. But you don't tell Clemente Zavaleta how to hit penalties. I'm going to go take a class from him, actually. I'm going to ask him for a little lesson.
He's probably got something on YouTube you could jump on.
I know, right? I'm telling you, you want to learn from the guys that never miss, and he's done it so well, the man in the maroon helmet. And his father and his uncle's very good at penalties also. On the bowl in here, Steve.
Here is Mateus Torres Zavaleta going over there with Clemente. However, Falabella sends it forward into a blue player, and we've got a whistle right there by Gaston Dorniak. Ferrari will come over and confer.
It's been a very open running for Chuckers Apollo. If you missed the first half, we did not have many penalties. And so that has not been the issue here. A couple open goals given to the Great Oaks team. They missed the 4. But as I said, Clemente has been 100% from the with the short penalties. And they're going to talk this one out. It looks like it's going to be in favor of Great Oaks. A little wind behind them, Steve. And I think they pass the stick here to Nacho, don't they? Usually on the 5s?
Yeah, yep. Nacho taking the 5s. That ball just in front of the center line, so this will not be a Cats 2-point challenge play, that's for sure. Although he might shoot from there just for good measure, but he sends one downfield, and there is Pedro Falabella. Goes back for the near side back shot. Torito, he's going to come in and pick up the ball. Pedro over there with Mateus Torres Zavaleta. And now, here is Clemente, comes in there as well, and we've got a bunch of players all out there together. Torito with a back shot towards goal. He sends it over across the goal, and looks like Losa on the move by himself over there. Going to check down, work that ball, turn it back down the field just a little bit. Mateus Torres Zavaleta is going to come over and back him up. And that's Losa, Santiago Losa, still on the ball, working the ball towards center, broken up by Torito. However, here comes Mateus Torres Zavaleta. He picks up the loose ball. Now Clemente is going to come over and mark him. And a shot downfield, trying to find a black jersey down there. However, Torito, he's got time to check and turn. Nacho Novicio Estrada right behind him. He gets by Wakas. Torito, still on the ball. Coming in, who is that behind him? That's Falabella right there. That's Losa. And Losa turning around on top of the ball. Slow moving play right here. Looks like the umpires might move that to center. So not a dangerous foul right there, but somebody was robbed of a play.
Yeah, well read here by the veteran. Nacho Novicio Estrada, Triple Crown winner. Not easy to do that in Argentina, to win all 3.
No, it certainly
He
isn't.
did it with all his brothers.
Yeah, that's one time you like your brothers.
Yeah,
you
I'm
might
telling
not
what,
like them growing
you love
up,
your
but you
brother.
like
You
them
love
when
your
you're playing.
brother, Steve. When you
Yeah.
win Whether you have issues with them or not, you love him after you. But yeah, great play there, and he's so smart on the game. Just a great guy. The whole family, as his brother won this morning with Melissa Ganzi and the Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek.
In overtime.
OT.
So here's Nacho. Now, this is a Cats 2-point challenge play right here. The win at the back. Doesn't quite get all of it, but he gets by Losa. Losa going back. So is Torito. Torito goes from the near side to the offside. Sends it over. It's picked up by Mateus Torres Zavaleta out here trying to find some open territory to work with. Dylan Bacon comes in, does a near side swipe at the ball. Mateus Torres Zavaleta still trying to get around Estrada. Now he's in motion. He's in motion towards the ball. Zavaleta checks down. Estrada pushed in there by Losa. Here is Mateus Torres Zavaleta. He can't quite get a hold of it. He tops it, and Nacho Estrada turns it back towards center and hits the next shot downfield, but there's 3 blue jerseys behind him. Falabella goes back to pick up the loose ball, and a nice tail shot by Falabella over to Mateus Torres Zavaleta. Dylan Bacon comes in there, pushes an opponent, but Zavaleta still has control, sends it to the center of the field, looking for Falabella. Falabella gets that shot off. He's going to try and outrun Estrada. Estrada goes back for the ball, and an open back shot by Estrada. Torito reads the play, turns on it well. Torito slows down, fakes like he's going to slow down, fake me out, and then still has control of the ball. Still checking down, looking for a blue jersey downfield, and broken up by Falabella over to Mateus Torres Zavaleta. Once, twice out of the air. Dylan Bacon gets a little bit piece of it, and he's got the horsepower right here. Looks like Ruiz gets moves it once. Here comes Clemente to send it back downfield. The horn has gone. They're trying to gain some real estate on this plate, and Falabella goes in for the back shot. Dylan Bacon pokes it out of the air. Dylan Bacon with a shot towards goal. He's trying to put it through before the second horn, and we will see if that ball is on the field. I believe it was when the second horn went. So what an exciting chucker we had with Pampa Norte leading by 1 goal, 8-7 over Great Oaks. 2 more chuckers to play here in the second game of the Founders Cup.
All right, welcome back. Fit Chucker action 8-7, and this has been a tough one, man. Back and forth. Pampa Norte holding strong here with that 1-goal lead on the bowling down in the far west end zone. Torito, oh, right there in front, and did Dylan, I believe, or that Clemente. Now Clemente meets that ball and finishes it off right in front. So that ball right at the end of the chucker, that fit chucker, Dylan Bacon with a great play, hitting it out of the air, leaving it right in front, Steve. We weren't sure if it was still on the field, but it was. They got the bowl in, and a great score right there early.
Better to leave it on the field when you can instead of giving the other team a free hit off the back line. So a smart play by Dylan just in time.
You got it. And the equalizer, 8-8, 6:50 on the clock. Here we go. Possessions are big. One there by the Great Oaks team, but that ball is going to get backed up quickly. Stole away by Torito and backed up Up in the air. Oh, it bounces off the back of Pedro Falabella's helmet, but he's okay. Just a soft little touch. It went right off the backside. Didn't know where that ball was at, actually. It went straight up in the air. But he looks okay. Umpires will survey him, make sure he's good. And, yeah, Pedro says, let's go. In the corner they go, and somebody trying to get loose. Here comes Torito. Picked up nicely, though, on the hip by Matias Torres Zavaleta. Dylan Bacon gets a piece of it. Turned around here now by Loza. He'll go into the corner. Torito goes with the speed stick. Shut down and control. Uh-oh, that's trouble because that horse took 2 steps back. So great non-call by the mount officials. As once the horse takes 2 steps back like that, you give up the right-of-way. Torito knew it. They tell him to get out of the way. They tell Toro to use it, and he does perfectly. He lays it inside the 60-yard line, inside the 30. Nacho and Wakas is going to come in there, and a whistle on the play.
Yeah, Wakas just got standing there in the right of way. Nacho wanted a tail shot through the goal. Wakas had to stand there and let the ball try and pass his stirrup. It never did, so he reached back for the forward shot. And, of course, Nacho not swinging into a pony or anything. So penalty 2 from the point of the infraction or the 30-yard line. It looks like Clemente Zavaleta wants to take it from the point of the infraction. A spot hit, but still only one approach or one hit at.
A little bad luck there for the Pampas Norte team. Let's see if Clemente can keep his average going. Zavaleta. No problem for Clemente. That's an easy one for him as he's right there just inside. Well, about 10, not even, 6 or 7 yards out. Clemente will add another open goal to his 5 goals today, 4 from the penalty line, 3 penalty 2s, a penalty 3, and 1 from the field for Mr. Clemente Zavaleta. And you got to be careful fouling against this Great Oaks team, Steve. We talked about it a lot. We're going to wear you out with that.
Oh, this is the second game that we've seen it, second game in a row.
Yeah, you know, he's very strong, and I love how they pass the stick as Nacho will take usually the 5s and some of the 4s, but also Clemente will. They're going to win the bowling here, and it's Dylan Bacon, who's always on the ball. He's doing something, man. He's always out there taking a man, running with the ball. It's going to be hit by Toro, and here you go. You get the 4-man rotation by the Great Oaks team as Nacho wearing the 4 going forward now, and they'll rotate back, and it's going to get picked up here, and here comes Pampa Norte. Out of the air by Matias Torres Zavaleta. They come together. Clemente gives him a little rub. Oh, look at Matias throws on the brakes, but Dylan says, don't worry, Clemente, I got your back. He hits it downfield. There's a nice ride. Oh, look at this. Great Oaks. Perfectly executed ride-offs by all 3 players. And that, ooh, man, Torito, he'd love to get that one back. But great defense and offense for the blue jerseys.
Oh, Torito's horse just won that play for him, and he was disappointed himself for missing that goal. We can see his body language back behind the end line, but a great play by Torito and a great attempt, and I'm sure that we'll see another one from him before long.
Yeah, I love to see teams that use their body of the horses, the 4-legged athletes, so perfectly executed by everybody there. Clemente, he went for the first one, and then, like I said, Dylan came in, won his ride-off, and got Torito going forward. Now, on the knock-in, picked up here by the dark jerseys, and they're going to work it in forward. This is a positive possession. Can they get it out to Pedro, as it'll be Santiago Loza, and he'll slam on the brakes. Loza, he has, looks like Matias Torres Zavaleta in the rumble seat. Oh, they come together there. And that might be just a mental error, as what a well-read play by Clemente. He's got 10 lengths on everybody. Clemente Zavaleta has time to shut it down, and why not? Zavaleta, and the high flag, and that's going to give them a 2-goal lead as we click under 3 minutes.
I think Pampa Norte was looking at the players on the left, and Clemente Zavaleta came straight down the line, stole that ball, and what a huge breakaway he had right down there. Able to shut down, like you mentioned, send it on through, tap, 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 taking it over to the right and putting them 2 goals ahead, 10-8 in favor of Great Oaks.
Clemente Zavaleta with the hat trick, 3 goals in the 5th, 2 from the field, 1 from the penalty line. And that's just great polo there. Well read. I mean, you can see they almost had it lined out there. I thought when Loza shut down on it, he had Matias Torres Zavaleta in the rumble seat, and a very clean meet by Clemente Zavaleta.
100% on the line, and you know what? That gives him the right of way. And like I say, I think they were focused on other players up in front of him to the left, and Clemente came from the right.
Yeah, you got to watch out with this Great Oaks team. They all hustle. They all work very hard. They have a 2-goaler with Dylan, and then 2 7-goalers with Ruiz and Zavaleta, and then Estrada on 8 goals. Strong 24-goal team. And as we said earlier, Steve, our Pampa Norte team, this is the first game we've seen them play together as a team with Al Sadiq and Falabella, Zavaleta, and Loza. So, maybe getting their energy going. So doing very well here against a team that has been established and know each other very well and has played a lot of games. This is our 3rd tournament they played.
Yeah, and Great Oaks, I mean, they were only runners-up in the semifinals of the $100,000 World Cup by 1 goal.
Yeah, and those are very tough teams in that $100,000 World Cup by Audi.
So it's not like Pampa Norte is, playing a...
No, they're playing very well here, and there's a lot of time left in this game. 2-goal difference is nothing. They've actually had the lead in this game a couple times. So let's see if they can get the energy back. Now they're going to keep them pedaled down here. Look at this ball by Estrada. Well placed inside the 30. Backed up there by Zavaleta, and he'll turn the defense into offense quickly. Lacasse tries to get a piece of it. And the whistle on the play. It looks like they're pointing towards the west.
Yeah, I think Nacho, when he turned that ball, didn't quite get it done. So I think they got him on a turning foul. And of course, Pampa Norte, being the benefactor of a penalty 5B from the center, wind at their back. A nice tee would send this right on through. In remembrance of Cat, the 2-point challenge play.
You got it, named after Catherine Calley, one of our family members of Chucker TV, battling cancer at the moment. Cat, we got love for you, baby. We're with you every minute of the day. So I love that they have this. And they're going to go ahead and tap now. They'll play this out. Big ball down the center. That ball, running. And it gets back out of there so nice. I don't know, Estrada's just been placing the ball so well at the number 4 position today. Now, as they run the turn, it's going to be Matias Torres Zavaleta. Great ball control. Matias needs to get through the wall of players, and that ball's going to skip out of bounds, and they'll reload for another knock-in.
So, Pampa Norte just barely missing an opportunity right here to score a goal. I think Nacho at the end broke that play up, denying them that opportunity. So, here is Estrada bringing the ball back in off the back line.
Great Oaks doing a great job not to foul inside the 60. So, they've not given up an open goal, and that's perfect in any type of polo. You want to keep them off the penalty line. Look at this. Nacho running the far side here. He's going to open the Bay Pony up. He leaves it now for Dylan. Bacon moves it along a bit more. Oh, Dylan comes in there again. And Pedro Falabella taking on 2 Great Oaks players. He'll leave it for Matias. He'll drag it forward. Now trying to scoot by Dylan Bacon, and that's not an easy job. Dylan, he's going to stay around. Oh, now looking for the give and go. Pedro Falabella has Matias moving forward, but there's Nacho. Nacho moves it forward a bit. Look at this shot by Matias. He gets the near side tail shot executed, but it drops it around the 40. And now, bad luck there for Estrada. Now, who can get there? Looks like it's going to be Matias. Can he work it in? 1-2. I'm sorry, that's going to be Santiago Loza. And Loza is going to work it in, as now we have Loza and Zavaleta on gray ponies, and they're the 2 that Steve and I have been working hard to keep separated with their gray helmets, but I believe I had it right. Maybe not. Let me check again just to make sure, as that was Loza. Or was it? But man, it looks so alike on those gray ponies. And was that Loza? Yes, it was Loza. So there you go. I don't apologize there to make sure it was. But Santiago Loza is going to pick up another one. That'll be his 3rd of the day. Look at 1 goal difference, Steve. So we'll send him off. We'll be right back. You don't want to miss his 6th and final chucker of the 2021 World Polo League, the Founders Cup. This should be a good one. Stay with us. We're live, Chucker TV. All right, here we go. Sixth and final chucker, 1-goal difference. And I want to thank my man Steve Lane, as Steve's going to be running off here. He needs to go check another game. So thank you, Steve, here on Chucker TV. We do have polo being played all over the Grand Champions Polo Club today. So Steve's going to go check out our 8-goal being played. So he's going to go take a look at that, make sure everything is copacetic, as we say. And Cale Newman, our club manager, over there working with the mounted officials for that game. And I'll take you out here for this final chucker. Let's see, get behind your teams as we have Great Oaks in the blue jerseys, Pampa Norte in the dark jerseys, 1-goal difference. Sixth and final chucker on the turn is going to be Matias Torres Zavaleta. And this is what you want, ball control early in the sixth chucker down by a goal. Matias slams on the brakes. He's going to be collected here. Dylan Bacon tries to pick up the bouncing ball. Left it there for Pedro. Pedro Falabella. Whoa, this is a pretty ball. Looking for Wakas. Can he get out in front? Wakas. And Dylan gets there just before these outstretched arms of Wakas. And they'll turn it inside and slow down here by Loza. Look at this ball. A nice shot there by Santiago Loza, but that ball will go just off to the left side, and a super attempt there to get the equalizer. Now it'll be Estrada. Nacho. He's going to take it off to the right side there. And as Loza's going to be keeping an eye on him, and you better keep an eye on him as everybody going forward. Here's Clemente jumps in to the rumble seat, and now Dylan Bacon on the far side on the Bay Pony. He's going to get this ball over center field, so a positive possession there by the Great Oaks team to take that knock in and put the pressure on Pampa Norte. And now let's see if Pampa Norte can control and bring it back. And there's Loza, and they'll be running right into your living room right now as Clemente Zavaleta comes over and puts Falabella on his hip. Pedro gets a piece of it. Torito, and maybe some miscommunication there, as Clemente did have the ability for the back shot. Now, both teams still do have challenges here for this sixth and final chucker. So we'll see what they decide here as... All right, so they are going to challenge this. And down up by a goal, they're going to see if Torito had time there. It looked pretty tight from here. And we'll see what they decide. But maybe a better play to leave there. It looks like they are going to call a foul here. And I like this call by our instant replay official. Might have been a better play there to leave the ball for Clemente, as Clemente did have control, and let him hit the back shot. You did have Estrada, and then now also you would have had Torito going forward there. Clemente had his man one. So just a little bit of a communication breakdown there by the Great Oaks team. And a great job there by the mound officials and our instant replay officials. So at this moment, the Great Oaks team will lose their challenge, and the Pampa Norte team still has a challenge. So that might come into play here. And now they have a 60-yard penalty. Penalty 4. They get the equalizer, and it will be Matias Torres Zavaleta to do the honors, number 3. Here comes Matias. Zavaleta gets a hold of that one, but just off to the right side. And the Great Oaks team will regroup here. And you can see Nacho gathering the boys, gathering the troops down in the far east side. Here comes Great Oaks. Now, once again, Torito and Zavaleta. Clemente doing a great job keeping Matias away from the play. Nobody putting pressure on Torito, so he's going to take his time, and now they'll send Nacho forward. Now it's a foot race. Nacho's going to get there. He'll override, but Dylan Bacon jumps in. Perfect play by Dylan on the near side, back to the offside. Bacon keeps the ball moving, the energy going forward. Give and go, looking for Nacho. It'll be taken out on the far side by Loza, and he'll try to turn the defense into offense for Pampa Norte. Backed up by Estrada. Loose ball play taken out by Falabella as they'll turn it inside, and it looks like it's going to be Matias Torres Zavaleta. They come together, and they'll slow the pace and still have control as they leave it now for Falabella. Now there's Falabella. So the ball hit down there by Zavaleta to Pedro and overridden by everybody. And Clemente with 4:20 on the clock. Hello, Aspen, Colorado. He'll move it downfield. Picked up again by Falabella. Nice ride off there that bounces off a pony. But again, a defensive battle around the 100-yard line. Again, controlled by Falabella. Stolen away by Torito. He'll survey the field and turn it back upfield. Now, Ruiz slows the pace, and they send Nacho forward. Here, everybody going forward now with a blue jersey on. Torito's going forward also. 3 different shots here for Estrada. He's got Toro Ruiz on the give and go, and that has worked splendidly today for the Great Oaks team. Torito starts the play. Rotation by Estrada. Now Nacho just takes his time, surveys the field, lets all of his boys go forward in a great give and go, and now we'll give him a 2-goal lead as we go into our final courtesy change of the day here at the Grand Champions Polo Club and Chucker TV. That'll stop the clock with 3:15 to be exact on the clock. And that is a golazo. I can hear the boys talking to each other. They're pumped up. That's the kind of positive energy you need here at the end of these games. In that bracket A that you're watching right now, you have White Birch with Chris Brandt, Mariano Aguirre, Facundo Lorente, and they have a TBA. So they'll add a player to that team. Great seeing the White Birch team here. Shout out to Peter Brandt. And we did play on the White Birch Polo Farm fields this morning. And also Richard Mill. And they're coming in with Mark Ganzi, the Cobra, Heta Casanola, Pablo McDonough, and Paco de Navarre. That's a very strong team on 26 goals. Paco on 6 goals, and former 9-goal player, and he's smoking. And Heta Casanola on 8 goals. You haven't seen him play yet. Of course, Pablo McDonough, the ambassador of Richard Mill, and the Cobra on 2 goals. On the other side, as we saw Hawaii Polo Life this morning, go up against Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. A very tight game. Seminole winning that in OT. And don't forget about Casablanca, Grant Ganzi, Juancito, Bellini, Barto, Casanola, and Juan Martin Nero, 26 goals. And Santa Rita Polo Farm, Pablo Spinacci, Nacho Figueres, Sugar Erskine, and Horacio Lorente, all 6-goalers, 4 6-goalers play together. It's going to be fun watching that 24-goal team go. So the 2 brackets, you play within your bracket, and the winners of each bracket will head to the finals on the bowl-in as we click under 3 minutes. Now, controlled again on the far side. Defensive battle, Dylan Bacon always in on the sword fight. We'll get a whistle that'll stop the action with 2:50. So Great Oaks, they don't mind having the scrum going on. That's going to make the clock go tick, 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 and that's going to work in their favor here in the 6 Chucker. So our 2 mount officials will ride over as 2 players were. We had 3 players over there, so we'll see what they decide on this one. And it looks like they are going to come over to the center here. Great job by the mount officials here in our second game of the day. Well, the 3-man team, I should say, 2 mount officials. Our 4-man team, our 3rd man, and our instant replay official at the Chucker TV studios here in Wellington, Florida. Checking all the angles. When they use the challenges, they have the ability to use the drone, our center camera, and our 2 end zone camera. All right, so this is going to go in favor of Pampa Norte. And this is what they would like, let's see if Pedro Falabella can get him going. He's sending everybody forward. Uh-oh, a little bit of a short shot here. Dylan's just going to move it backwards, and Torito's going to apply the pressure. A little back shot from Matias, and he'll find Pedro. Now Pedro slows it up. Dylan and Toro in there. Round and round they go, and a whistle on the play. They'll stop the clock with 2:24. So Clemente riding towards the east end zone, and that looks like it's going to go in favor of the Great Oaks team. So we will get a time out here. It looks like we're going to have a tech time in favor of Clemente Zavaleta. So we'll make sure Clemente is taken care of. And also looks like we have Gaston Dorniak, one of our mounted officials, checking his pony or his four-legged athlete. And yeah, Clemente is just going to go ahead and get. Now, he did have a stirrup leather break earlier, so he looks like he's checking that same side. One of his trainers down there, and it looks like Clemente, yeah, very quickly has it all organized. So they'll get this one right inside. Esteban Ferrari checking out Clemente, and yeah, so they'll go ahead and get this ball in play quickly here as Clemente back on the field. Join us tomorrow as we will have a doubleheader. Oh, we only have one game. I'm sorry, one of the games was taken out. The Richard Mill and White Birch will be moved to a later date, but we will have Casablanca versus Santa Rita tomorrow. All right, on the penalty 5A, and man, this has worked really well for the Great Oaks team. When I say that, it's Estrada to Ruiz, and look at now the give and go. Dylan Bacon looking to go up by 3 goals. Dylan, ooh, and Dylan gets the near side neck shot and overshoots it. But more importantly, Dylan finishes the play, and in the immortal words of Tommy Oxley, the clock goes tick, tick, tick. On the knock in here now, looking for some energy. They need to get this ball downfield as quick as possible. Down by 2 goals. Matias Torres Zavaleta working it down the far side. Nice ride off by Clemente. He'll slam on the brakes. Matias in control. Everybody goes forward now. Now it's going to be Zavaleta. Nice ball right here by Matias, but everybody covered up. Wakas trying to get in there. Nacho backs it up. Dylan with the play, and whoa, watch out. You need to watch out right there because the only play that the Great Oaks team did not want was a penalty, so the whistle blows there. And we'll see who this is against. Now, if it goes in favor, they'll be okay. And it looks like they are go. We're going to get a timeout here. And this will be an all change. So a timeout for one of the four-legged athletes over on the far side. And so they'll let them switch that up. It looks like it is Loza. And that's going to give everyone the opportunity here with 1:22 to change their pony, and everybody taking advantage of this except Clemente. Zavaleta will stay on top, but Dylan's going to change. Estrada, Nacho's going to change, and Torito. And on the other hand, Wacasa's going to get on a new one. Pedro, Matias, and Santiago. So it looks like Santiago Loza is going to jump on the gray pony, and they'll walk his pony back, and they'll check him out. Always have our in-house veterinarians on the scene. Always to check out the four-legged athletes. Very important. Safety always first for the four-legged athlete and the two-legged athlete. And once we get everybody back here, it looks like they're going to line this one up, and we'll see what our two mount officials decide on this play. We had a melee play down in front there. Dylan Bacon came through, and then there was a whistle, so it looks like Dylan was going to get fouled on the right-of-way violation, and the ball will go in favor of the Great Oaks team. So all you Great Oaks fans, this is a great situation to be in. Now, they have had so many positive possessions today, and that has been Estrada, and he has picked the right person to hit to every time. Oh, that's a laser beam, Nacho. Perfect. And look at this. And you got Torito. And I told you, Toro on a fresh four-legged athlete. Torito on the Bay Mare. Torito inside the 60. Torito shot on goal. And that ball will go just wide. But once again, the clock goes tick, tick, tick as we go into in a minute. And that's going to work in favor of the blue jerseys. So that is a positive possession. I know Toro would like to have that one back, but that is not going to hurt at all. Now you want to have these goals. So they're going to play this out. 40 seconds on the clock. Here comes the Pampa Norte team. Can they get one more? Rolling down the far side. There's the ball. And look at this. Torito Ruiz on a flyer. This horse is taking him everywhere. Intercepted by Estrada. And that ball is going to hit out of bounds. And that's just a pro play there by Nacho Navarro Estrada. They're going to put it back in play as quick as possible. Well done by the mound officials, not to waste any time. Now it's going to be Pedro Falabella on the move. Pedro reaches way back, leaves it in there for Matias Torres Zavaleta. And wow, they're going to get it go right at the end. And that will end it. So 11-10. But a great showing here by the Pampa Norte team. So once again, we'd like to thank the Pampa Norte team. Macas, Pedro, Matias, and Santiago. Great showing, guys. But Great Oaks will come out with the win today with Dylan Bacon, Torito Ruiz, Clemente Zavaleta, and Nacho Navarro Estrada. For Steve Lane, I'm Dale Schwetz, and I'm going to throw this to my sideline correspondent, James Fody, for our final words of the day.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Steve. Another great game here in the World Polo League as Great Oaks defeats Pampa Norte 11-10. Tune in back to Chucker TV tomorrow as Casablanca will face off against Santa Rita at 4 p.m. You don't want to miss that action. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm James Fody for saying thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And as we like to say here on Chucker TV, we love the polo.